Hello and welcome to this video on solving linear equations. So this is the first video in the series on linear graphs and equations. I recommend that you pause it and attempt these questions and just see if you get them right afterwards. So these are the three types of problems we'll be solving. We've got variables on both sides, we've got bracketed terms, it's all happening. Let's go. So it says solve the following equations, 5a equals 4a plus 1. First step is to ensure our variables are on the same side of the equation. So see how there's an a term over here and an a term over here? We want to get the a's on one side and the normal numbers on the other side. That's our goal first up. So let's do it. So if I want to get that 4a over to the other side, I need to subtract it. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put take 4a, because the opposite sign undoes the number. Okay, so 5a take 4a will just give us 1a, otherwise just called a. And then over this side, we got the goal, we can cancel that. 4a take 4a is just 0, and we find that a equals 1. All right, so we are done. We've found a value for the variable that makes the equation true. Now let's check out this one. 4x equals 10 take x. So again, we need our variables on one side of the equation and our normal numbers on the other side. Okay, so that's the goal. Now, so to get this x over to the other side, it's negative x. We use opposite signs to undo. So we're going to plus x. And what we do to one side of the equation, we must do to the other side, okay? We plus x on both sides. 4x plus x, well, plus invisible 1 there, plus 1x is 5x. Negative x plus x, well, we were successful. We can cancel that x, and we're left with 10. All right, now what? Okay, we haven't quite found the value of x yet. Sometimes it helps to circle the variable too. So 5x is saying 5 times x. What's the opposite of timesing by 5? By 5? Dividing by 5. So opposite signs aren't to undo the number. And what you do to one side, you must do to the other side of the equation. So we've also got to divide the other side by 5. Those 5s will cancel. And we're left with x equals 10 divide 5, which is 2. And that's our answer. Let's check out the next one. Okay, 3t take 8 equals 2t. Again, first step, we need to ensure that the variables are on the same side of the equation. So we want the t's over this side and we want our normal numbers over the other side. Okay, now, so how can I get that 2t over the other side? There's an invisible positive sign there. Opposite of plus is take. So we're going to take 2t on both sides. Take 2t. Okay, let's see. What's 3t take 2t? Just 1t or t. And we've got that take 8 there still. Positive 2t, take 2t, we'll cancel it, right? And that's 0. 2t, take 2t, just as a side note, is 0. Sometimes I see students say it's t or 1, but that's not quite right. Coming back to the equation, t take 8 equals 0. We need the t's on one side and the normal numbers on the other. How can we get that normal number over the other side? What's the opposite of taking away 8? We're plusing 8. And what we do to one side of the equation, we must do to the other. So taking away 8, plusing 8, we'll cancel it. Left with t. 0 plus 8 is 8. So we're flying through it. Pause if you need to and try it yourself. Okay. Now look at these equations. So we've got variables on both sides. And let's check it out. It looks a little bit more complicated, but not too bad. All right, again, we want our y's on this side, normals on the other side. Let's try it out. I'm going to try and put that 8y over to the other side. So I've got to take 8y. And what I do to one side, I do to the other. And you're always simplifying in between steps. So 9y take 8y will just give us y, or 1y. Don't forget the plus 3. 8y take 8y, well, that is just 0. We've successfully cancelled. We're left with a 6 on the other side. Now, remembering that we need to get the y's on one side and the normal numbers on the other. How can I get that 3 over to his normal side? Opposite of plus 3 is take 3. What I do to one side, do to the other. Those 3 take 3 is 0. We're just left with y on that side. 6 take 3 is 3. We've found an answer. Checking it out again. A's on one side, normal's on other side. Let's get that 10a over to the other side. Let's get him over there. So there's invisible plus there. So we've got to take away 10a. Take away 10a. 12 take 10. 2a. Take 3. We're simplifying, like I said. Now there is a normal number here that we don't need, so we're going to get him over the other side. Don't forget the sign in front. So taking away 3, to undo that, we plus 3 to both sides. That will get rid of it. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. 2a equals 8. Invisible multiply sign there. Okay, now 2 times a, well, opposite of timesing by 2 is dividing by 2. What we do to one side, we do to the other. I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but that's how we get it into your brain. A equals 4. Now this is the last slide. Slightly more complex, but not really. See this pink step? Preliminary step. If there's brackets, expand them. Do you know how to expand brackets? I think there's a video in my other series on this, but we use this crab claw technique. You reach out to that first number and you multiply it, and then you reach out to the second number and you multiply it by the number at the front. So let's try it. 5 times n, take 5 times 2. Or 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. There's a couple of ways to look at it. And then you just end up with the same types. See how the same types here? This is the same type of problem to solve. And here we go. Let's go. We need the n's on one side and the normals on the other. Get that n over to there. I need to take 2n from both sides. 5 take 2 is 3n. Take 10. 2n take 2n. Successfully cancelled. So remembering 2n take 2n is 0. Not n, not 1, but 0. Okay, and let's simplify it a little bit. If it's looking a little bit confusing, just simplify. So 0 take 13 is negative 13. Now we need normal numbers over this side, and there's a normal number lingering there. Take him over by plussing 10 to both sides. That will cancel. 3n equals negative 13 plus 10. Well, that's going to be negative 3. Still going to be negative. Okay, be careful with that. 3n equals negative 3. We just want n by itself. Divide by 3 on both sides. N equals, well, negative 3 divided by 3 is negative 1. And just quickly with this one, preliminary step, expand the brackets if you have them. Negative 4 times a is negative 4a. Negative 4 times positive 2 is negative 8. Crab claw again on the other side. Can expand on the same step. Expand both pairs of brackets. 3 times 2 is 6a. No, I mean 3 times 2a is 6a. 3 times 1 is 3. Remember, A's on one side, normal's on other, because we want to collect like terms. Now, I'm going to get the A term on that side. I need to take away 6A on both sides in order for it to cancel. -4 take 6 is getting more negative. So -10A, take 8. Now 6A take 6A will just be 0. If you like, you can write the 0 there, or you can just cancel it. 0 plus 3 is 3. -10A, take 8. Simplify if you need to. And we're going to try and get our normal number over the other side. So opposite of taking away 8 is plussing 8 to both sides. So we've got -10A. -8 plus 8 is 0. 3 plus 8 is 11. Nearly done. Now we want to cancel. We want to get this A on its own. -10A divided by -10 on both sides. Don't forget that negative out the front. Dividing by -10. And yeah, that's our answer. -11 on 10, which will give you some sort of decimal. But yes, I hope that helped. Maybe you want to take some notes. This is the process to follow. It's just rinse and repeat with this. You simplify on each side and then you just go back to trying to get your variables on the same side of the equation. Opposite sign undoes the number. What you do to one side, you must do to the other. All right, it's just a process. So hopefully that helped, and I will see you in the next video, which will be on writing a linear equations from words, and then we'll solve it.